but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards. He's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
That's good for us.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
30-yard line.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he's got some space here. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll look to run with Singletary. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
On second and goal, Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Derek Watt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah.
Complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage. Was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
The ball carried by number.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, man. 198. Watch 98. Pass the 60. Pass the 60. Watch out.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The tackle made by
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now he dumps this off over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter.
6. To kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. run with Singletary. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
And 10.
They'll run here with Singletary. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
They're on the tackle.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Bengals 7, Steelers 6.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Devin Singletary.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
39.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now Dustin Colquitt, the all-time punting leader for the Chiefs, on to kick for Pittsburgh, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp. A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
Play action. It's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
All right now. Black 80.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 36 yards on the play.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. That he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They throw right away. That's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Makes the score, Bengals 14, Steelers 6. Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Number 39.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown.
Touchdown.
John Ross, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Steelers 6. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they could put their back in.
Oh, had to get it out quickly, but it's blocked. And they will wind up with the football and the possession.
Well, if you're ever wondering, should I believe my special teams coach about, these plays are valuable? Think no more. Huge play, big block, and now they've set up their offense inside the 10-yard line. A chance to score.
So a great special teams play. They blocked the punt and excellent field position, first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Steelers 6.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Singletary again. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
To Deontay Johnson.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
First down, Steelers.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A.J. Green.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The tackle made
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And the ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And now here's a carry heading left. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And McManus able to put it through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to
25 yards that time.
It's a gain
partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Use an abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
And
my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
37-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And 11.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Burrow will throw. Out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Steelers 6. Brandon McManus.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Throwing right, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
Steeler 1st down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 57.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Wilson on the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Come on, D.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And 7 at the 40-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And 9.
Let's get it.
Today's final.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitter's getting to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Bengals, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's another week, another loss, as they fall now to 0-9. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this, as they're not back in action until week 11. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess